Alright, so just another sketchbook tour real quick. Let me get my foot out of the way there. I shouldn't say real quick. This one's pretty big. And I'm not quite done with it, but I'm pretty close, and I'm pretty much have stopped drawing in it. So I figured I might as well do this sketchbook tour. I'm actually, like, literally out of sketchbooks. So odds are there's not going to be another sketchbook tour for a while. Unless I decide to go through my school notebooks and kind of hunt through them for pictures. But we'll have to see about that. So, let's get into it. This is my little raining one. I have loved this notebook so much. Oh, look. There you go. So these are just when I first got it. Hello, Music Dreamer! These are some pictures I did because I got one of those pens, clicky pens that have, like, the 10 different colors on them. So, that's what this is mostly. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but I like to make to-do lists to kind of keep myself on task, especially during the school year. I really like that picture. I'm not really sure what's up with it, but it just looks cool. I don't know. A few different things. Oh, this is That's One Shot, which is this one game. And then that's some Night in the Woods fan art stuff. This is some Night in the Woods fan art for... I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it probably before. I always thought it would be cool to have a Night in the Woods kind of sequel/companion story called Crossing Midnight. And it would be about, like, Casey comes to halfway down the hole, and it's about him, like, traversing all of these weird landscapes, meeting people who are missing, you have known are missing, or meeting people from the constellations and stuff. Like, this is Adina. And just, like, so there's all these, like, different little miniature storylines going on. Thank you. And so that's kind of the general idea of it. Hello, I'm infinitesimal creatures. I'm gonna call you creatures if that's okay. Welcome to the live stream. Just a sketchbook tour. But yeah, so I always thought that would be cool, but I don't have enough programming, or obviously I don't really do digital art, or can't really do digital art to make it a thing, so just kind of a dream for now. No problem. Just some random doodles. Oh, some little different, like, character plot building stuff for one of my characters. And there's another one. And, like, kind of like a fake cover / story concept for my story Another Time. Which I really love how this turned out, especially that. This is when I actually drew my character Briar. I decided to draw his parents and kind of where he got his features from, and I was really happy with how it turned out. I drew some of my miscellaneous OCs that I haven't really addressed in a while. This is some world building for Supernaturalists. This is actually where my Skylar Sisters animatic was, like, kind of born, because I drew that picture, and the other one spawned, and then I ended up actually doing the thing, so. And I redrew. When I was drawing this, I thought about how I would do it for how the story would go to work with Skylar Sisters, so I drew Briar wearing the hat and the sunglasses, and the rest is history, I guess. This is two characters from one of my other stories, The Barracks. And so just kind of writing down some different world building dynamics for that. This is my character design for Leaf Pool for my Human Warrior Cat Satisfied animatic thing I did. And this is doing my Crow Feather design, which is somewhat based on, I can't even remember their name fully, but, like, Genji Ganinja? Or, if you're into Warrior MAPs, you'll know who I'm talking about. And they came out with a couple of different Human Warrior Cats designs. So I kind of used theirs as a reference, but then also kind of didn't, so figured I might as well at least mention it. Some different doodles. At one point I was thinking about doing some more In the Heights stuff, so this is some trials for Vanessa. This is actually the Warrior Cats animatic, which I'm really happy with how this came out. And if I had, like, I don't know, more drive, I would have loved to finish this. I was really pleased with it overall. I just wasn't kind of sure what to do for some different sections of it. Oh, thank you so much, creatures. That's very kind of you to say. Thank you. I'm never really sure if, I don't know if I have a style even. But thank you very much. That actually really means a lot to me. All of you guys, whenever you, like, the 3 precious people who are watching this right now. Or 4 now. The 4 precious people that are watching this right now. I really appreciate you guys. And every time you guys comment or something, I really appreciate it. It just really does mean a lot to me. So thank you very much. More different lists to keep me organized. And again, with that pen, just playing around. Some different summer plans I wanted to do with my friends. And just doodling overall. I can never quite get the top view right. Oh, you're very sweet. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Oh. Thank you so much, Creatures and Dreamer. Oh, this is some... Thank you, Dan. This is some stuff I was doing. I was going back and... Oh, I don't have it, like, immediately on hand right now. I wish I did. But I keep a lot of my drawings from, like, way back when. I have them steady from about 7th grade, but I have some that go back even farther. And so every now and then I'll dip into it and redraw some characters. So the next few pages are a couple of different redraws of character designs, but actually being able to kind of do designs better. And I was really pleased with, like, it's just fun to see how you've done. Does that make sense? I like this design a lot. It was for, this design is also these 2 designs, and they were originally for way back in like, wow, long time ago when I was in 7th grade. I had these like totally Mary Sue OCs for Bleach. Wow. I don't even. Yeah, but that was like the first thing I ever really got into, so I had sketched out these designs, and I still love the designs for these characters, and I just wish that I had a story I could implement these designs into. Oh, this, like, idea of, like, a carabiner-ish, but then, like, there's a kind of magical, I don't know, force sword thing, like, magic lightsaber-ish, I guess. It's hard to describe. This is my Hilda Breath of the Wild design that I like. She's a mage, so this is different kind of basically bullcrap designs for staffs she could use, and like, so each would have its own abilities, that kind of thing. Just some doodles. And I do a couple of, so I had a day where I was kind of caught up in some of my church activities for the entire day, and that's where the animatic let me gather my thoughts. The video where I have all of the different pieces of animatics, but none of them are completely finished. I actually did do all of those in like one sitting because I was kind of caught up in this church thing for like a big chunk, like 6 hours or something. So that's where those actually came from. And I think that's coming up in a little bit, just so that you guys will know why they're all just clumped together. Oh, I love that. I think I named her Romana. She's a little Gerudo OC I have. There's my Rover humanoid, or human. There's my KK human. Just some different guys. One of my different characters. This is from another one of my stories called On the Run. You know, one of my tens of millions of stories. This is just doodling to pass the time. Again, just some miscellaneous characters, drawing them out. Lots of OCs. I've been drawing a lot of my OCs lately. Sorry, not much fan art. So this one was Freeze Your Brain. And then we have Budapest. Oh, bye, creatures! Feel free to, check out the video when I'm done, because I'll post it. This one's So Big, So Small, which I would love to expand on sometime. Legally Blonde, which is for one of Brownie Fox's characters. You guys know him, Ian. Don't mind me, I just shove papers into all of my notebooks all the time. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but I do it a lot. Kind of some designs on some Animal Crossing characters, I think. I'm not sure who they are anymore. I had references at one point. I found a Sharpie, and there's really no other explanation. I found a marker, and there's really no other explanation. This is Taylor from Lifeline came out with a new addition to their story on Atoms, a new whiteout story. And so I was thinking about Lifeline, and so I decided to do some doodles of Taylor because it had been forever since I last drew him. And that one is Alex Exposito from one of the Lifeline stories. So just some different stuff. Oh, some of my friends in my foods class got into my notebook and just started doodling, and I didn't really mind. I actually think it's kind of neat when my friends do. This was going to be an animatic. I still might end up making it. It depends on if I can figure out how I want to do it. Again, I have a few different animatics right now that I want to do, but I'm not sure how I want to go about doing them. So, who knows? And with summer starting, basically everything is thrown to the wayside. Because I'm I want to do this and I want to do this, and I almost have too much I want to do that I can't actually get around to doing any of it. So I need to kind of figure out a way to organize my thoughts over the summer so I can actually be productive. Yeah, I let people touch my notebook. I guess I'm kind of vain, but I do enjoy letting people see my stuff. And I have some of my nicer notebooks that I care a lot about, but this little rainy one, I got it for Easter, so it's not really that big of a deal. And especially if it's someone younger than me that wants to, that doesn't really happen often. But I distinctly remember when I was, very young, some of the people in my neighborhood, the families in my neighborhood, we'd go out and do camping trips together. And so we'd get a bunch of neighboring campsites and go camping. And I remember one of the older people that belonged to one of the families was drawing in this notebook. And I had never had a drawing notebook before. And so I had really just wanted to be able to draw on a piece of the paper. And she hadn't let me. And so, obviously that's not the same as your friends drawing, whatever. But obviously, those aren't, nearly the same thing. I'm not saying they are. I don't want to equate that to being the same thing. But I just have kind of learned to loosen up a bit about it. And you should never feel ashamed of your art. Because all art is good. All art is amazing and has the potential to be something amazing. So, yeah. But I can understand not wanting to share it. I have a friend who draws a lot, but I've never, ever since, 8th grade or something, I've never seen any of his drawings because he's very self-conscious about it and doesn't like to show it. And in a lot of ways, drawing notebooks are almost like diaries. So you should definitely only share them if that's what you feel very comfortable doing. And I'm not going to like, I don't want to try to sway you to be like, this is the right way to do this. You should do whatever you feel comfortable with. I don't know. That was kind of a long rant. I was at a play, and one of the characters had a very big hat, so then I drew someone with a very big hat. Oh, this was during one of my other live streams. That's kind of awkward. But this was during one of my other live streams where I was just doodling because, I don't know, if you guys read the description of my last video, just been having kind of an time recently, so that's all that this is just trying to make sure I don't sink into a funk too bad. I found charcoal. I don't know how to use charcoal. I'm 90% sure I'm not using half of my drawing utensils right. And my drawing utensils are basically pencils. So. Oh. I totally understand being very, afraid of sharing it and that kind of stuff and not trusting people. I have a very, very large fear of ever leaving my notebook anywhere. One time I left one of my drawing notebooks in one of my classrooms, and so I went and grabbed it, of course, as soon as I had realized I had left it. I went back, the next day and grabbed it, and somebody had gone through with pen and had drawn all over all my drawings and, made them into ugly faces and stuff, and so ever since then, in that sense, I have been very self-conscious about them because, yeah, I think I'm very fortunate to be surrounded by people who I, for the most part, can trust. But I understand that that's not always the case, and there are people where I don't feel comfortable with them seeing my stuff. And like I said, it is kind of like a diary. And so you wouldn't just let some random person read your diary. Or even if we're just talking about its art. Yeah, it kind of sucked. But okay. I'm so sorry about that. So, hold on. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. I got a call, and it totally broke up my entire stream. I'm sorry about that. That was weird. Anyway, you're insecure about your art, and you're insecure about not being enough. I very much have that problem. Because it's very easy not to know how people will receive your art. And the thing is, like I said, everything has the potential of being good, but not everyone sees that, and not everyone's willing to be supportive of that. I really want there just to be this character who's a foresty mage person who they wear a bunch of rings, but I don't know if you ever made rings out of apricot or peach seeds when you were little, but I did a few times. It takes forever. This is a character for a story idea I have who's half alien, so he has all this weird alien crap going on in his life. It's kind of complicated. And he's half alien on his mother's side, so there's his mother. That's one of the Hive Swap characters, if that ever comes out. Just some doodles. Some of my characters Animal Crossing-esque. Oh, kind of, going through some of my old art made me relook at some of the old ways I used to draw things and reevaluate it, how I want to draw and that kind of stuff. I really have a thing, I realized, for long drooly tongues on dragons. I don't know why, I just think it looks cool. So that's an old design for Briar. That's an old way I used to draw eyeballs. More of this guy, whatever he was. Just lots of doodling for this last little bit. Silas is just depressing. He's kind of a sad character. Oh, but this character, on the other hand, is fantastic, and I love him a lot. I love Shell, and I'm actually very, very proud of these pictures of him and his different outfit changes. I think he's just I'm very proud of his concept, and I really hope I find a story that I can put him in. Okay, I can explain. I have a sibling who watches My Little Pony, and so I know of it, and I enjoy doing character designs. And so this is my personal designs for dear Lord, I'm such a nerd. Which page, Dreamer? So like Luna and Celestia, like their own designs. Oh, you like it? Thank you. I don't know. I just think it would be interesting, like, because I feel like because Luna's more introverted, so her appearance would be something that would kind of indicate that, I guess. And because Celestia's more extroverted, she's kind of more has softer edges and softer eyes and softer hair, that kind of idea. I don't know. I think I really like how the designs turned out. And then I drew Kix from Animal Crossing Human Design about half a dozen times. So that's cool. Overalls, because I was wearing overalls that day. Thank you very much, Dan. These are the designs that I ended up drawing for my first Be More Chill animatic. Because those are actually my own OCs for a story that's been on the back burner for a long time and will probably remain on the back burner for a long time. So I had to redraw the character designs to remember how I wanted to draw them before I actually drew that. Oh, this is just making fun of when in math it's like draw out the problem, because I literally drew out the problem. Oh, I like to think I'm funny. And I think that's it. Like I said, I have a few more pages left, but I've kind of I'm mostly done with it. I'll probably only doodle in it a little bit at my church activities and that kind of stuff, but that's pretty much it for this book. So, if you have anything you'd like to talk to me about, feel free to put it in the comments below, because I have a few different things I need to do before I have work later today. But I figured that I'd go ahead and share this with you guys, and thank you so much, all 4 of you now, people who are here. And I hope that everybody who watches this, regardless of when, has a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!